Another vote in the U.S. Senate on funding the government fails, so the shutdown continues. Faith Jessie talked with NBC's Kristen Welker earlier today in a preview of Sunday's Meet the Press.
It is the third day of the federal government shutdown, and both political parties, they are standing firm for now. Let's talk about it with NBC's Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, thank you so much for being here with us. A big show for you this Sunday morning. Among your guests, House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, two leaders in the House. And we know that there have been a lot of rhetoric, but we haven't seen much action here. So, Kristen, what is the level of concern in Washington that this shutdown will drag on?
Faith, I think there's bipartisan, widespread concern that this shutdown is going to drag on because right now there's no end in sight. I can tell you I've been talking to Democrats and Republicans. At this point in time, it doesn't seem as though the sides are willing to come together and actually try to negotiate a deal. Just to remind folks what is at stake here, Republicans are saying they want a funding bill with no strings attached. Democrats are arguing they want the funding bill to include an extension of health care subsidies, which are set to expire at the end of the year. They believe this is a fight worth having. For his part, President Trump really trying to turn up the heat on Democrats in an extraordinary move, threatening to not just furlough, but actually lay off thousands of federal employees, something that we have not seen before in past shutdowns. So is this actually going to come to pass? What, if any, recourse does Congress have, and what are the implications across the country? Will food programs be implicated and impacted? Will other government programs be impacted? Those are among the questions that are looming large as both sides continue to dig in and as this government shutdown drags on, Faith.
We know that President Trump, he is hinting to send troops to other U.S. cities, as he's done in D.C. He's promised to be tough on crime. Some state leaders, though, they think that this is going too far. How is it playing out there right now where you all are?
Well, Faith, it's prompting a big battle, quite frankly. As you say, President Trump threatening to send troops not just to Memphis, but Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. And earlier this week, he said, while speaking to U.S. troops, that U.S. cities should be seen as training grounds for military combat zones. As you can imagine, those comments sparked a lot of attention, his supporters cheering the comments. It's not just the reaction here in Washington, it's the reaction really within these states. For example, Governor J.B. Pritzker taking a very hard line and saying that they absolutely will not allow federal troops to come into Chicago, accusing the president of abusing his power. So how does this all end, and will we start to see troops in more U.S. cities? All of that remains to be seen, but this is certainly a big battle and debate brewing here in D.C. and all across the country, Faith.
It absolutely is. Kristen, thank you so much for your insight. Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10, followed by the Georgia vote on 11, at 11 rather. You can see it right here on 11 Alive. Thank you so much, Kristen.